I don't know quite what happened there. My phone just kind of froze up, but I think I restarted the YouTube app, so hopefully it is okay. But anyways, I'm just welding up here on these still. There's 4 of you on there. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I just kind of lost it. Just when I looked up, it was froze, and then I reset it. So I think we're back in business for a minute at least. The people. Anybody comment yet? I'm back. There it is. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It just froze up. So, but we're back. I reset it, so I think we're okay. There. Looks like we got a little more weld to do, but there's what she looks like, eh? Oh, good and strong. Okay, so with that being said, now comes the fun part of probably really mutilating the back end of this trailer in order for me to get this all to fit. Yes. So on the back of this trailer here, there are these 2 little bolts that are gonna have to come off. So I think I'm gonna grab the impact, because this is a perfect reason why I got the impact, because that would just be too hard to do otherwise. And an impact hopefully will twist it off in one go rather than me sitting there trying to two-hand it with the ratchet. We'll find out. So, what size are we here? Oh, perfect. It is a 13 mil. On here now, I know that these aren't impact sockets, but I think they'll do. Well, that one came off a little bit, but not all the way. We'll try this side. Same thing. Would you be able to use this setup on the pop-up? I think I could. I'd have to do, the pop-up has that bumper on the rear, and then on the front it has the A-frame, so I think if I modified this in some way, shape, or form, or you know, if I put a nut on this with a threaded, a threaded nut. You can buy magnets, but I think the pop-up is aluminum, so I'm not sure quite how I would do that, but there has to be a way. All right, plan B. Plan B is to chop these off, because the back of these are might be able to get back there. Let me, before I say too much, let me just see here. Yeah. Let me grab another 13 millimeter. I think I should be able to get it back at least. Okay. Let's give this a go. I got another 13 millimeter there. This is the fun part. Oh, that was nice. That came way better than I thought it was going to. Come on. Okay, we just have to get this little lock washer off of here. There we go. Okay, so that came off like really easy. It was just, this is a fine thread 13 mil, probably 13 mil head, probably quarter body. And we'll do the same over here. This is just right under this thing. See how nice this impact is? Or at least how handy it is? There. And for whatever reason, I always like to keep these because they might come in handy for another project or something. Just a personal thing that I do. Okay. So there's that. We're going to move that. Okay. So, yeah. So now I will kind of mark out where this goes. So you can see these lines here. This will sit essentially in here. I'm going to get one of them set. So I'll just kind of guess tack the first one, and then we'll go from there for the second one, because one of them is going to fit, the other one's going to be kind of annoying. But yeah, so we're going to guess on the left hand side because that should be fine. Now this 2x4 that the plywood sits on does kind of overlap, so hopefully that doesn't pose a problem. I think we'll be okay. I think it'll be like just enough. We're gonna find out here, and I'm gonna push this kind of to the very top, right by that 2x4. Get a tack on here. Kind of a ground issue, of course. A lot of paint we're dealing with, so should be okay though. Make some scratches in it. There we are. Come on. Come on. That's a lot of paint. I'm going to turn it up. Turn it up to about 90, 95. Or 100. Just to really burn through that paint and junk. So, once again. And here we go. Oh, there it is. Okay. Took a little bit of effort. There. What's going on, William? So there we go. We got that one just tacked, started or whatever. And that way from there we can figure out this one. Don't really have to worry about the height. I just have to worry about, you know, left to right, because the height, it will figure itself out due to the fact that I'm just pushing them up against that 2x4. Sorry you guys have to be on that side, but it's just kind of more convenient to have you sit there. So this, I'll just slide the bottom on there. Once again, we'll push it up. Looks like this little reflector is going to get in our way, so little screwdriver here, pop that off. This little reflector I had on there. Get some of this little double-sided sticky junk out of there. As soon as I weld, I'll start on fire anyways, but there we go. So we got that out of there. And let's get this propped up and tacked up. There we go. Seeing some questions here, so let me answer those. Can you use it between the trailer and the camper? Dawson says hi. Hello. This here is just for this. When I put it on the camper, I just put like pool noodles on the gunnels, and it works very well. Should be kind of tight, but it should go in. Seems to be okay. When are you going to get a new camper? I'm not sure yet. Okay, so that's kind of how that works. You kind of put one side all the way in. What's going on, Neil? Put one side all the way in, and then put the other one in. And these are, you know, no lubrication on them or whatever. So, yeah, you put the one all the way down, and then this one fits in perfect. So with these in, with this in, I'm going to weld it. And it's probably going to get so hot it'll squeeze that collar, but it should be able to get fished back out. And then we'll do the front. What's going on? What is it? Den Dog? What's going on? Den Dog. I'm going to lay a bead in here. It's really hot, by the way. I have it on like 100, 110, so we will see just how well she works. Come on. Oh, there you go. Come on. Get in there, you bugger. Started. We got a floppy one here. Fell out of its slot. Okay. Probably gonna have to put more than just one pass on these, probably 2 or 3. Yeehaw! The reflector is on fire, folks. Smells like nasty burning plastic. So yeah, this is pretty crispy. I'm gonna give her a turn or 2 down. Probably back down to 80. Grab some more welding rods. These rods are mean, like wicked hot. So, okay. Do my outer side here. Woo! I know you're grounded. Come on. Hey, come on. So I'll show you guys what I got going on here. So I'm just laying some beads in here. But as you can see, you really do got to get back in there. So I'm going to put quite a few beads in here. I'm actually surprised that reflector didn't start on fire more. So I got to put quite a few beads in here to get it to where I need it to be. Probably at least another 1 or 2 on each pass. I think I got a good setup for you. Ooh, look at that minty shot. Oh, kind of. Come on now. Oh, come on. This is perfect. Aha! Alright. So as long as I don't yank on the cord too hard. So now we're all good to go. Like this, I'm going to lay another pass on this one. She's on fire. Stop. Oh, this thing's a little cold. It's a little cold. It is smoky in here. I'll have to open it up in a minute. Honestly, I don't think this is gonna ever go anywhere, but you could just never have too much belt. Sweet. Alright, I just got a little bit of kind of some touch-up work here. A couple spots that I wasn't able to get to when it was laying down. Yeah. Okay. So now this should, it's really tight because it's extremely hot. It's extremely hot, so everything's all opened up. We're going to open the door up here. Get some air. And let this cool down. Whew, yeah, you can see how smoky it is. Yeah, so if you're just tuning in or whatever, this here is a rack on the trailer. I'm going to step out so I can breathe. But that there is a rack for the canoe to sit upside down on the trailer. That way it doesn't collect water and stuff like that as it sits. And when you're transporting it, it doesn't put so much stress on the bottom of the canoe. Get that going too. So that's what that's all about. And it can slide in easy and out. Easy in, easy out. So I'm hoping that it's fine after we welded it. We'll find out. Still kind of light out. Oh, so yeah. Anybody have any questions while we're hanging out here? Someone said, were you going to get a new camper? Not yet. We still want one, but we're just seeing if this one will do. Oh. I'm looking at it right now. If you look at it, you can kind of see it's over this way a little bit. That's fine, I'm not worried about it. Just has to work. I'm gonna grab the rubber mallet and pop this out. Just want to make sure I didn't get it too hot and weld it on the inside or whatever. We're good. Oh. You rotten son of a gun. Need 2 hands. There it is. Put the one side in, you can put one in there. It's perfect. So I know this is at 6.5. So let's go make a mark at 6.5 on the front, and we'll go from there. I just use a pencil. Some people use special markers and stuff. I just use a pencil. The chat is so quiet, I don't get it. 6.5, is that what I said? I think I said 6.5. Hey, Sarah. What's going on, Ramon? 6.5. Oh. We're gonna have the same problem up here with the bolt. It's gonna have to come off. I think we're okay. A bit less smoky. Mother Nature thanks me. I want to go fishing tomorrow. If I can get this thing all finished up, which is looking good. Gotta get this finished up. I gotta get the camper washed up. I'll probably get fishing maybe tomorrow if I can do it. Okay, so if you've been watching for a few minutes, on the back side there was a bolt, and on the front side there's a bolt sitting here as well. So I'm gonna grab the impact and run it off, and then we should be fine. I got my mark here at 6.5. So we should be fine. Probably not the best way to be getting over like a cold, like a cough kind of a cold, is to be out here doing this stuff, but I can't resist. So fun. Okay. See if we can get all this together here. So if you guys are ever wondering about getting a Harbor Freight impact, I would say get one because I'm really happy with this one. Like, your dad is going fishing at the tent next weekend. What about you? Next weekend, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing next weekend. What's going on here? Oh, okay, that explains it. Just freaking broke it right off. That explains why the back wasn't moving. Get out of there, you bugger. You'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if what I'm going to be doing. I mean, I just married. Well, now it's been 2 weeks, but the honeymoon was a week, and then I went right back to work and stuff, so I've kind of been using this week as kind of a relaxing type week. And it's been pretty nice, actually. I worked all week, but it's pretty nice. It's hard to get back in the groove after you had some time off, you know? When I fish locally, I fish for, I don't know, all sorts of stuff. Well, mainly pan fish, and then bass and northerns, since they're pretty common throughout Minnesota. That's kind of what I go for. But if I'm fishing or whatever, I don't really fish to keep. I just fish to fish, and I put them back because cleaning fish is a chore. And Sam and I like to eat fish, but we just buy it in the store or at the meat market or whatever. So we do keep fish like a few times a year, 2-3 times, but we're not huge fish eaters, and I really do just enjoy catching them. And when I catch them, I'm always thinking like, you know, someone else could have the same fun as I did from the same fish, you know. So, meh. Yeah, fishing in Florida would have been good. I don't know if I would have got like sick out in the ocean though. I'm moving stuff right now, by the way, so I can push this trailer back because I only got so much lead on my welder here. So don't mind me for a minute. I'm just doing my thing. I gotta get this canoe off the side of this thing. Yes. All right, we're moving. Beep, 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 beep. Going on back. Oh, we hit something. We got a block of wood. We gotta go around. All right, we made it around. We're hitting. Oh, we hit another block of wood. There we go. Getting closer. That might do her. Let's check it out. Now there's no walking room. Oh no. I'm just kidding. We always got room. Yeah. So, we got it all pushed back now. Kind of stuffed in the back. But, got ground on back here because it'll be good. Lead up front. Try not to ruin my new safety glasses. I grew up in like Anoka. The Anoka Coon Rapids area is where I grew up. So I'm familiar with the Coon Rapids Dam and stuff like that. Been there many times. I love the Coon Rapids Dam. That whole park is so nice. They don't have anything nice like that up here in St. Cloud. I wish they did. I mean, they got a dam, but it's not worth a damn. Oh, I got jokes. Probably stop on my head. Okay. But you know, it's a small world because you could go, hello, Leon or whatever. Leon? I don't know how you say that. Sarah asked, have you guys been to the quarry? We've only been there one time, and it was really fun. But just everybody like goes there, you know. All the college kids, and they're all jumping from the high peak and stuff, and I don't know, pure pressure. I want to go there and metal detect though, because I think I could find some pretty cool stuff. But yeah, it's pretty crowded. We like to go to Lake Warner because it's like a tiny little park, and the water, it's a tiny little lake, and the water's really warm, so that's where we prefer to go. But we don't even get there very often because we're always busy. Okay, so just like before, we have to weld the vertical with the two horizontals. We'll get to that. I do it the same way I did before, so it all looks legitimate. It's kind of nice that it's offset though a little bit more towards what would be the driver's side, because I can't see much out of the passenger side of the truck. So I'd rather it was facing a little more this way, because it should help out quite a bit. It's been like 30 years, yeah. I think I can do this. So obviously, like I said, the ground is kind of short. So if I start over here and put this against the fender. I can ground it out there. I'll just work on it from there. My measurement was 1 inch down. You guys remember that if you've been following along. Sarah, have you ever been to Lake Warner? It's a really good lake. I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like on the 94 side of town. It's actually down 94 towards like the cities by like not that far. It's between St. Cloud and Clearwater. It's really nice though. Like I said, it's like shallow, so it's nice and warm. Alright, let's see if my idea worked. Let's go with this. You know how they say that love will find a way? They should really say electricity will find a way. Electricity is no joke. And it does always find a way. Okay, 1 inch down. It's hot in here. Sure. I don't know if it's hot in here or if it's just the fact that I'm wearing 3 layers of clothes. I have 3 layers of clothes. Cool. Man, I see you sparking. You can't run from me. There is our basic A-frame. Oh, actually turned out decent. Yeah. Oh, so Sarah, what have you been up to since the chat seems? It says there's 21 people watching, but nobody is talking. So I'm going to talk to Sarah. What have you been up to, Sarah? What the hell was that? Oh no, Sarah, where'd you go? What happened? I don't know, I lost my power. Sarah, did I ever tell you about when I almost died from a welder blowing up at work? Did I ever tell you that story? Okay, I'll tell you. So, when I first started for the first like 2 years, we had these different welders, and they were very big. They were probably 3 feet long. No, yeah, 3 feet long, 3 feet tall, and about 2 to 3 feet wide. They're very big. They take 480 volts. So they take and volts don't kill you, but amps do. And so, sign down to. So anyways, if you think about it, your average wall socket is 110. So it took 480. So, you know, if you get zapped by that and it hurts, imagine what it would do if it's 480 volts. But regardless, so on the back of it, there is the welder that was, you know, square like sitting here, and then we had this platform next to it where we would put like ladders, small little two-step ladders, and I would always put my weld bag on top of the welder. A lot of people did. They would use the welder as like a stand because they were that tall. Well, the one day I go to reach in my bag, and when I walk from the platform's complete steel. The case of the welder is completely steel, and this is like summer, so it's a nice sweaty day. Well, I go to reach in my bag, and as I do that, the power cord, which was in the back of the unit, which was the way I walked up to it, no one noticed this, but it pulled out the nice little casing, like on this electrical cord, the yellow part. So it was just bare wires that were showing, and nobody noticed it. So I stepped on it, and it arced out against that case, 480 volts, and it went. I mean, it sounded like I would imagine almost like a firework. Boom! Sparks everywhere. That welder completely blew. It blew out 2 more welders, and then a bunch of computers out in the other portion of the shop went down, and the clocks that were automatic all blew up too. So it was this big ordeal. But if I would have not been reaching into my bag and I would have had my hand on that case, I would have got zapped with 480 volts because I would have been essentially the ground at that point. So that's how I almost died. And then we got new welders. $750,000 worth. So yeah, welding is no joke. You can get hurt if you're not careful. But there's only so, you know, you can only get so careful because it is what it is. I mean, it's a dangerous thing. A lot of power. So there you go. Don't die. Well, the welder itself is $750,000, but throughout the shop we probably have 100 welders. So when they went and redid all the welders after that, because the new welders are much smaller and much more advanced, and they use like a fourth the electricity that those old ones did. And when they went through and redid all of them, it was a $750,000 deal. And then I went to Days a few months ago and trained because we were getting this robot, and then this week we got the robot, so now I can actually use my training. But the robot was $900,000, so it's not like it's a lot of money for them because they have a lot of money, but still they throw around, you know, imagine if they gave $750,000. You could really retire nicely. It's hot. I have this thing kind of set too high, but I'm making it happen. Sarah, did you guys get the pool going this year? Haven't been down there in a while. I think we're good. Okay. It's already swimmable. So in a way, what did Sarah say? What's up, Corey? So when he almost died, he helped improve the company. Yeah, by me almost dying, gave him a nice little... It would have been cheaper if I died. That's the sad part. It would have been less money for them if I would have died. Oh, man. They value a piece of equipment more than me. Okay, so we got that done. I'm just going to get this all lined up. Get her buzzed up. This is going to take a year and a half to get this thing to go. Come on. Gotta scrape that paint off. Alright. This is working. Come on. Come on. It'd be difficult. Yes. Got it. Sarah, did Dad and Melissa go up north this weekend, or are they at home? And he said he might go up north, but the last I heard from him. I heard they were seeing Melissa. I don't think I've had a conversation with her except the first day or two. Yeah. I know they're pretty busy. I know that Dad's been like going up north a lot to like see her and stuff. So I think they're, I don't know. That's why someone asked if I was going fishing next weekend, but at the same time I don't want to like, they're so busy that I don't want to get, I wouldn't say interfere, but at the same time, like, it would be kind of, I feel like when they go up north, they're trying to, like, get away. So, last thing I want to do is, like, I guess impede on them or whatever. But, yeah. Yeah, Dad seems really happy with her, though. Now that, well, really happy that she moved up here. Yeah, once they get all settled in. That's the big thing, is they're just, I can't imagine moving to another, I hope she likes it too. I can't imagine though moving to a completely, like another state and then having to go through all that. That would just be, that's a lot of stress. Yeah, that would be a crazy drive. Got another bolt here I gotta take off. If she likes the winter, she's good to go. That's the truth. The winters, well, supposedly though, she likes the cooler weather. From what Dad made it sound like in the video, how she was like, he was in like a sweatshirt or something and there's a dead fly. Sorry, Mr. Fly. put him out of his misery. He wasn't flying no more. What is up with this bolt on the backside? Oh, yeah, that's right. I gotta take this bolt out. That would make more sense as to why it's not going on there. When is the next camping trip? I think our first camping trip this year is going to be up at the Gobe cabin, my mom's side. Pop up ready to roll. We got the new axle put on, or not the new axle, the new leafs finished up today, so I believe she's pretty much set up to go. I believe. We're going to pop it up and give it another inspection, if you will. But yeah, it should be good. Gosh, the impact makes... Be right back. The impact makes such quick work of these rusted on nuts and bolts. It's ridiculous. How is married life treating you guys? Really good. One thing that I'll say is I think a lot of reason why people's marriages fail is because once they get married, they stop what I call trying. I don't know. When you date somebody, you're kind of always, like catering to them, if you will. And I feel like when people get married, they lose that catering type, nurturing whatever, if you will, and I'm not like that, but I think a lot of people's marriages kind of lose touch, if you will. There's no romance, I guess. I don't know what you would call that. I'm so excited. I'm like literally 20 minutes away from this thing being done. My life, I agree. Complacency would be definitely lose romance. Yeah. That's one thing that I was saying to Sam is just, like I say, people think when you get married, life really slows down and you get boring or something like that. And it's Sarah's back, and I don't think that life gets boring once you're married. I think it's just like ultimate commitment to somebody. And some people just don't want to make commitment, I guess. I think it's great. People were giving me crap like, did you sign a prenup? And I told them, I said, if you sign signing a prenup is very smart, don't get me wrong, I understand the point behind it, but I also said, if you sign a prenup, you're almost admitting yourself that you like hope it doesn't work, or you know it's not going to work. So like, it's like bad karma from the start. And I can see if you have a lot riding on it, but if you had a lot riding on it, it's one thing, but as far as I'm concerned, if I had to pick one thing in the world, whether it was money or love, or money or Sam, I'd rather have Sam any day of the week than money. So that's the way I viewed all that. Parents are definitely a bad omen and sets the marriage up for failure. Shows that the person is already thinking about divorce and not till death do us part. That's exactly it. So some people like to have that extra assurance, but yeah, no, everybody was asking me that. You sign a prenup? You sign a prenup? Well, I kind of plan on being married forever, so I think a prenup would just cause more issues than anything. Crispy. Very, very crispy. So yeah, marriage life is good. Marriage life is good, but it's no different than any other dating day. There's no other, maybe some people would see it as you got to be extra committed or something, but I've been pretty loyal since day one. Why did I say pretty loyal? I've been loyal since day one. So, like I told Sam, I said, if we ever did get divorced, I said, I'm not going through all this again. I said, I'm just going to do me for the rest of the, focus on me for the rest of my life, and that's it. It's a lot of work to get married, and it's very stressful. I liked how well everybody got along at the wedding. Everyone was talking and happy. Sarah, that is very true. I was very nervous about that. I didn't know how things were going to go and how people were going to act, but it all went very nice. Everybody was responsible and good, and yeah, I was really nervous about that. Super nervous about it. That was probably my most nervous thing. But like I told everybody, I said, I'm not nervous to get married. I'm nervous to do it in front of all these people. My butt hurts from sitting in this chair. Help. Well, that was a long one. I had to read that. Ugh. I was surprised how quick the Jensens and Gobes started chatting. I think they missed each other. I think so too. That made me happy that everybody went outside or whatever and just sat and chatted, and it was a good time. I'm happy. I'm happy it all went as well as it did. It was a really good day. But you know what? Hey Zach, been following you for a while now. Enjoy your trips to the tent. When are you heading back up there? I'm not sure when I'm going back up to the tent. What was I going to say now? But you would be surprised how quickly that day went by. So, I mean, that day felt like I blinked and it was over with. I wish I could relive it. That's why you get a good photographer, so you can have pictures, because you won't remember much. Come on. Come on. Don't do this to me. Boom. What the heck is going on here? I'm having some difficulties. Ready? Those teaser pics were wild, by the way. Yeah. That's one thing that Sam and I both agreed on right away is we're gonna get a nice photographer, and as soon as we seen the photographers in those wedding magazines, we're like, yep, we're going with an expensive one because we want decent pictures, and I think they'll turn out nice. Those ones sure seem to turn out good, so hopefully they got them all. Technical difficulties here on aisle 2. How dang! I think that's it. I think that's gonna be it. Had enough of this stuff. Look how smoky it is in here. Do you guys believe how smoky it is? Getting a sore throat. See you later, Corey. I came in late. Is tonight projects the trailer? It is. We're building a canoe rack for this trailer. But it's currently extremely smoky in here. See it. See it fuming out. I think we're done with this. I still have to go and bring the pop-up to the car wash place, like the hand wash place. I have to bring the other trailer in to wash it up. Ooh, I have to finish this one off too. You were able to get the pop-up back together and riding right, huh? I got it back together. I just went around the block one time, so I don't know if it's riding right, but it is together, and it went together really nice. Did not come apart very nice, but went together very nice. I did that today in an earlier live stream at like 2 in the afternoon, I want to say. So this here is a 3/4 inch pipe insulation. We're going to put it on these because I think these are 3/4 inch if I remember right. Yeah, this one's nice and cool. So I can take this off. So I'm dying. Okay. Okay. Just got a pipe insulation here. And this is just to keep it all good. You could use a pool noodle, but this was cheaper. Oh yeah. It would, but I don't think that we're gonna need it. Like I was saying earlier, I don't think we'll need it, but if this thing decides that it wants to break, it's not a big deal because it's not like the canoe is gonna fall super far, and I can haul it around if one of these is broken for whatever reason. So we'll find out, but I think a 100-pound canoe on one of these we should be okay with what we have. But there's no way of knowing until we drive with it, obviously. Oh yeah. You got, hey Emily, you got any plans down the road for having your own version of the tent like your dad has got? I've had a couple ideas, but I don't have a spot to do anything like that. So maybe in the future, if I had a spot to do something like that, I would. But what's going on over here? Coming over next weekend. Yep, Saturday, and sleeping over is the plan right now. Oh yeah. All right, so we got the pipe insulation on this one. And we gotta do the front. Maybe if the front is cooled down. So yeah, that's all you need is just a little insulation. But for those of you that haven't seen it, if you're just tuning in, let me show you. So this here is the rack. And, oh no. Oh, she's in there good. I think I'm gonna have to put some oil on there. Let me get my rubber mallet thing. So it should be tight. Tight is good. There we go. So this comes out. And then the trailer you can just use as regular. You can throw a four-wheeler on it or whatever. And then this slides in and out. I think we'll be okay for now. I won't worry about it. But yeah. This goes in a lot easier than it comes out. So I don't know if the front's gonna be cool enough to do this quite yet, but we'll see. Oh yeah. If you guys are thinking about it, there you go. All right. How would you contact you, Sarah, for a commission? Do you have a deviant? Loving the creativity. If it works, it works. That's all I can say. Yeah. The only thing I wish I had is some sort of cap for these. Electric tape to the window. There you go. Electric tape is cheap. I just don't want to catch it and cut myself. I don't care if what it looks like. I just want it to not catch anybody and cut them. Okay, so I just tape these off. Obviously they can get water in them and stuff like that because it'll just drain out of the bottom, but pretty quick sweep pod. Yeah, should work good. Hoping. Well, the proof is in the pudding, right? So we'll throw the canoe up on here in just a moment and we'll get her all ready to go. Pay it well, pay well. I can't say that I've ever built a race car roll cage, but I do know somebody that actually does that I work with. So if you actually were thinking of doing such a thing, you can always send me a message and I can link you up with him because he actually has his own drift car and does stuff like that. He has like a pipe bender and all the professional type stuff. I just got a stick welder. I can make you one, but there's no guarantees that will keep you alive. He has like a custom fabricated bumpers that if you got in an accident, it's actually proven because last year he crashed his drift car, but if you were to get in a crash, it crumples just like it would in like a vehicle. Like he's put a lot of time and effort into his work, so I just want to race him. I'm just picking up here and then I'll pull this thing forward a little bit and we'll throw the canoe on there and see if it fits. If it fits, it'll probably be the end of this live stream, but we got what we wanted to do done, so that's the good thing. Sorry, I'm just getting stuff done. Oh, what are people saying? Can't wait for the little family stream at the tent. Those are fun. That was a fun time. Oh. Ouch. Farming Simulator is a fun game. I love Farming Simulator. All right. Had you guys balancing. So, now let's give it a try. Let's see if we can get the canoe on here. Start in there. Off with a big flip. See how that works? Sits on there. Real good. That's why this thing is custom made all the way. The tongue is extra long because this is such a long canoe. You need that extra space. It does still hit here, but that's just the design. Once that flips down, you're fine. So yeah. Anyways, guys. So there you go. That's it. Custom built. It can be upside down. The water can drain, and it's perfect. Actually, completely usable. You can see that the distance is good. They're not floppy or whatever. So now what you can do is, I got all these points here, down here, and all these D-rings. Strap it up and away you go. So there you go. That's the way that cookie crumbled. I'm surprised it took me that little time. One thing I noticed is the gunnel pretty much immediately ripped up this insulation, this pipe insulation. So I will, when I have this off next, I'll wrap it in Gorilla tape or a whole bunch of that black tape just to give it some strength. But we're good. Yay. So there you go. I guess if you're thinking of doing the same thing, it's relatively inexpensive. Just get some pipe from Home Depot or whatever, and we'll see how long this lasts. Maybe have a removable piece for the middle. The middle, like in here. Unsure what you're talking about. But anyways, wait for 157 Richard to reply, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I mean, perfect. Has good height in the rear. Okay, so yeah, I could do that actually. I could drill a hole in this and put a piece across probably with a bolt or whatever that would go through here in some way, but I don't think this is going to sag with those aluminum gunnels. I think that it's plenty strong, and I'm stoked with how it turned out. So I gotta go wash the camper, bring the camper back and park it, hook up to this, bring this around front with all my fishing gear, and tomorrow I'm going fishing. List flop can never be too sure. Yes, that is true. I'll have to watch it as I drive down the road. Okay guys, well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and maybe you got an idea about something for yourself. But thanks for watching, and Sarah and Emily, I'll talk to you another day, and see you later. Have a good night.